Uh, Thanks for joining me in this co-cast of this event, the Defenders of Earth event, in which we attempt to determine who it is who will defend Earth from the upcoming alien invasion.
Absolutely.
All right, players are Calavontis and Tianzhao. I apologize for mispronouncing things. I'm going to mispronounce things. I just, expected apologies anyway. The premise of this event is that we don't know the alien's format, so players are bringing one character from each season, and then they're going to select one to fight with. Okay, here we have Taisei from Season 2, 7th Cross, Bang Shishigami from Season 5, Blaze Blue. Let's see. I'm looking for the teams now, just for the sake of comparison. Calavontis is in the Pool of Reflection, running Heidi, Umina, Sagat, Beheaded, Bang, Hilda, and Milia Rage. Tian, of course, is also in the Pool of Reflection. This is the pool stage where everyone in each pool will fight everyone in their pool, so round robin. Runs Marathi, Taisei, of course, Cammy, Beheaded, Rachel, Hilda, and Kai. Okay, Taisei and Beheaded. Good. I don't think we have any other headless characters to work with, though, so it's kind of hard to make a theme.
Yeah, I feel like you get midway through the team with an awesome theme on deck, and you're like, wait a minute, I've run out of characters.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame.
I mean, there's only one thing to do in that case, which is to make more Exceed characters who don't have heads.
True. That does seem like the obvious solution. Kind of surprised there isn't a Strive character without a head. The Guilty Gear designs are kind of wild.
Yeah.
All right, well, let me talk briefly about season mechanics, just so folks are educated if they're not familiar with these seasons. 7th Cross is transformations. There you go. Instead of boosts, some cards have transformations, which are basically permanent character abilities that upgrade your character with some new additional ability on top of whatever you already had. You can transform a card either by hitting with it, so you transform it instead of adding to your gauge, or by using an action to discard one copy and put the other into your transformation area. Broadly speaking, they're permanent. Can't get rid of them. Asterisk like almost everything in the game. Also, Taisei has the wrong amount of life. This is currently looking like a fair and balanced matchup, and it really shouldn't.
It's two Taiseis in this matchup. It's one, maybe 15 life for Taisei and 15 life for the head.
All right, they will probably notice if they interact with that life in any way before. And yes, the players are So what is commonly done in Exceed games, especially casually, is that players will flip, and then the person who won the coin flip will decide who goes first. The tournament instructions indicate that this is not a foul because we actually don't know how the aliens determine first player. However, for safety's sake, I instruct that what we should be doing based on R&D is randomly determine first player in the first game. Anyway, if either player interacts with Taisei's life and they don't immediately catch the error, I will step in to correct, because that's kind of a significant oversight.
Yeah, Taisei's pretty good if he's got 30 life, I think. Although it would turn one of his transformations and make one of his transformations much harder to get, his 6 life or lower.
True. Edge of Death gets a lot worse if you start with 30 life.
Yeah. In this matchup, I feel like they're both probably going to be chilling at range 2 a lot. They're both quite strong there. And from Taisei's perspective, I'm wondering, like, what transformation would Taisei be prioritizing for this matchup? I feel like the default is probably the 2 on Dust to Dust and Anathema Surge.
Mm-hmm. I would agree. Since Taisei does not actually have... Oh, wow. Both crosses down immediately. I was really expecting Grave Ambitions there. It is, of course, entirely possible Taisei simply didn't draw it. But yeah, Bang going out to range 4 really suggests that he wants to at least threaten Shuriken, this massively above curve range tool that can let him diffuse a lot of threats in a lot of flexible ways. Low reward, but very, very good as a defensive tool. Taisei doesn't have any ranged guard options. He only has the one range 4 tool, unless Grave Ambitions is in play, which is a pretty nonsense boost, actually.
Yeah, kind of speaks well of Grave Ambitions that it would give Taisei something that would actually allow him to deal with Bang, like maybe not like totally reliably, but pretty well at range 4.
Yeah, like Shuriken is speed 6 at range 4, potentially at other ranges with a lot of utility. All right, Bang is using Beat and Nail plus 1 speed. He's now advanced 2 in strike. We do note the characters have corrected Taisei's life total. So as the strike is starting, this looks right. And there's another cross. So 3 crosses are down across the 2 characters. 4 more, and we will manage to play the rest of Season 2. Yeah, 3 damage. If Bang can get some clean... Okay, that was a prepare from Taisei. And now the Bang ability, affectionately known as Bang Prep. Look at the top 2 cards of the deck, draw 1, discard the other, then draw for a turn, so you end up with the same number of cards as if you had taken the prepare action. Discards a focus. Intriguing.
Wow, that must have been a really good draw. That's the Bang life, right?
Yeah.
You use the Bang Prep and you get the 2 best cards you've ever seen in your life.
Yes, that traditionally you must throw one away. Yeah, that is the way of it. Taisei moved into range 4, once again to have irrelevant threats. Set Nail is being boosted before you may advance or retreat, paying the cost with Hyper Shadow Step Strike. Okay, wow. What a hand. Like, paying an ultra...
I remember our shared friend Blue, when describing Bang's economy, was basically like his entire economic problems are down to the fact that all of his cards are too good to spend.
All right. Okay. So yes, we have Grave Ambitions, then Tech, and then Set Nail gets teched. So everybody's before movement gets teched. That's the shape of this current boost war. Usually, if somebody does light, tech, we call that a volley. But I guess here it was before move, tech.
Which are also from our shared friend Blue. We're talking about he talks about set nail like it's way of the warrior.
Yes. I mean, it in a lot of cases is about as good. We have Action Claws and Bang Style Shuriken. So Bang is going to try to defuse this. He can either stun it with Fierce or he can play a movement boost to get out of the way. All right, there you go. So it does 2 total damage, stunning the 1 guard of EX Action Claws. Makes sense on both sides, because EX Action Claws is very, very hard to defuse with anything other than exactly that.
Yeah. So, kind of surprising that an EX Action Clause wouldn't just go immediately to EX Transforming.
It is a very solid attack shape, right? So it's above curve with a little bit of defenses. If you and Bang has to have both the Shuriken and the Fierce, although he's fairly likely to. Or a movement boost, which in this case would be backstep to get him out of range, another Set Nail to get him out of range at an annoying cost, or the second copy
maybe his last cross. I think he could run in and get underneath it.
Yeah, but if he'd had the 4th cross, he almost certainly would have simply replied with it, given his goal was clearly to defuse the EX Action Clause.
Yeah, it's cheaper to just not spend the BSS.
Okay, parry. The card being called is Focus, speed 1 normal, waiting for... Okay, reveal hands. Okay, 5/7 Anathema and Dust to Dust. Well, not really extraordinary. Not bad either. We do know that Bang has lost 1 focus. So focus in these seasons, as in most seasons, has reading on it. Okay, they are getting rid of their normals. Makes perfect sense to me.
Makes sense.
Change cards too, okay. I was wondering if it would be a change cards or a move action. Figured either would have made sense there. Yeah, because range 2 with that Anathema Surge on hand. Bang boosting larger than life. Huh.
Probably, I guess, pretty convinced that he has a way to confirm it at 4. Makes you think that you've got the other BSS, maybe his big Tatsu.
Yeah, my guess is he has second Shuriken, or at least is trying to threaten it. So Tiana is now parrying, and I'm guessing it's going to be parrying Shuriken. Yeah, ping to the Shuriken.
Yep, makes a lot of sense.
There you go. They're gesturing with the card to unambiguously identified. Okay, so now we'll see the hand on the other side. Also a lot of normals. Well, actually, maybe not that many. Only 3. Sweet Spike Assault. The other specials. So big Tatsu, Palm Thrust, Void Tempest Kick, and Infinite Cast Fist of the Void, the second copy. Respectable. Pulverizing Blast Jitsu is actually not at all safe into Taisei, so this is kind of... The larger than life here is interesting.
This is that is I think you're calling it right though, D, that it was a threat.
Yeah, it was a posturing, a reasonable posturing.
I
think this might be a decent time for Beat and Nail, although it's also pretty dangerous. Things could go very, very wrong if you jump into Taisei's face and then you lose that strike, because I don't think Bang has any As far as we saw, I don't think Bang has any safe tools in that hands. If Taisei plays a focus, then the only way to cover that is, I believe, the spike or the void. No, sorry, the spike, because
VTK is down. Oh,
Yeah.
there it is.
Oh, there you go. Okay, going into range 2, gonna throw that mix up. Yeah, so spike beats focus, but then a responding. Well, actually, focus also deals with unstoppable palm thrust. Oh,
Yeah,
playing with a different card.
his Taisei's crosses being down. Taisei does have another speed 6 range 2 option that he can use to poke out. Although I don't think it can hit through Palm Thrust's guard, can it?
That's true. If unless the EX happen to be drawn, yeah, even with +2 power. So keep in mind, anything Taisei throws can have +2 power, not just at will.
Right.
So Anathema Surge could be 4 power, which means that you would need the EX in order to stun through Palm Thrust. Kind of waste the advantage, but then again, it's not really a waste. You got the gauge. You got a little bit of power off of it. So yeah, Palm Thrust seems fairly likely. Let's see what Taisei calls. Okay, it was Palm Thrust, and it is Surge, and there was, I think, no life spent. Okay. Yeah, so they have currently 6 armor. Oh, sorry, Speed Tie. That's true, Speed Tie. Yeah. You need that's the other reason you would need the EX Surge.
Yep.
One
to
copy of
deal with
loses
beat a nail.
Tie. Yeah. All right. Which I think Taisei made the same oversight, and that's going to be pretty costly. Yeah.
Right. So Calavontis is 3/4 of the way to Furenkazan at this point.
Yeah. We've got 3 different specials engaged. Both copies of PBJ are down. So if we see an exceed, I think it would be a utility exceed, not a hyperstatus.
Yeah,
exceed.
and I think both beat a nails, or both of your DPs to stack your gauge are down as well.
Yep. Yes. Because that's the attack on Infinite Cast Fist of the Void.
Yep.
Hold on. We had 5 power, -3 armor, 2 damage, 8 life is correct. Yes. At least 5 is tracking correctly. Somebody hit an L at some point. Alright. Okay. It was a really unstoppable palm thrust. Couldn't.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't be stopped.
You could even after it landed, you still couldn't stop it.
Yep. All right. After opponent stuns, did decide to close. Does have advantage. Taisei's boost needs to go away, but I'm assuming there you go. Just hadn't cleaned it up yet.
Yep.
Ooh, this is a pretty rough.
This is dicey.
Yeah, which it has long been foretold that like the way to kill Taisei is to kill him before he gets to do anything. So
Right.
that this is pretty much correct. Taisei is a character who, especially once he gets his transformations online, tends to be basically unkillable. He has an
He
attack.
just keeps coming back.
Yeah, he's an attack which is literally unkillable. And his ability says that if he can afford to exceed, he can do that when he would die, at which point his life, as listed on the exceed mode, resets to 10. Taisei spending 2 life for +2 power and striking. All right. But yeah, so that means that Taisei... and transformations reduce your exceed cost by 2 each. I forgot to mention that when I went over transformations earlier. So 2 transformations of 1 gauge or 3 transformations means Taisei... Oh, interesting. Okay. Yes, I agree with this math. Anathema hits for 4, -1 is 3, gains 2 life, and then takes 3 damage because of the sweep. Because, yeah, there's armor there.
Conveniently putting him into Edge of Death range as he gets Edge of Death transformed.
Yep. So he will have
Just as
+1
planned.
power probably for the rest of the game, or most of it. If he exceeds, he might temporarily not have that power, but then it will turn into power and speed instead. Obviously, Bang's goal here is to kill Taisei before 1 more transform and 1 more gauge at the same time come out. And we do have an exceed mode. Okay, so yes, exceeding for utility,
Yep.
looking at
Yep.
what they want to
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
With what he's got.
Yep. Yeah, clearly trying to keep the specials behind for a later exceed, and trying to get the best tools here. Opts not to play the theme song. That's okay. It's a misplay, but it's fine. Assault into Nightmare Terrors. That's an invalid Nightmare Terrors. Focus. Okay. Focus hits back for 5. Um, there we go. Because of Edge of Death. Alright. Advantage, range 1. Bang gets to recur whatever he wants. Probably, if he has the second cross, he just strikes with the X cross.
Yeah.
If not, does EX... Technically, EX Bang Saw Shuriken could kill, right? That is itself a 3-power speed 7 at range 1, so it's as good as Grasp. I'm not convinced that that's very good, but at the same time, if Taisei just actually swung a focus, so
right.
I don't know if he has another focus left.
So we haven't. I don't think we've seen one block go down because he parried BSS at some point.
True.
I think there's another block live. All of his other armor sources. He doesn't have his armor counter transform.
Mm-hmm.
All his other armor is on after, I think. So he would have to outspeed the Grasp. Or the EXBSS, rather.
Yeah, or just have a focus, right? Like, just...
Right.
Yeah, the second focus. Which is potentially breakable with Fierce. So, yeah, I'm guessing it's going to be EX Shuriken, although I feel like the lost case of that is pretty bad, because if you pick up the Shurikens, you EX it, you also pay a force, and then if Taisei does survive with block or with focus, you have a problem. So
right.
I'm guessing this is actually going to be a setup turn. Either pick up cross or pick up sweep and then play lights. We'll see. Clearly, Kala has been investigating the discards to make this decision. Oh. Clearly considering this decision. I was talking with a friend of mine about like the principle of slow play, and I think this is a great example of when it's not slow play because your life hangs in the balance, right? Like this might be the most important turn in the game for each player, and it is totally reasonable to suss things out and make the call. Yeah, doing this in neutral and then preparing is something that I think is a little questionable, but here we have a state where Bang's on the offense. He might be able to close the game. He is trying to perfect his killing blow and finish his pressure. All right.
Right.
I could have sworn the other Shuriken was available. Okay, did return Shuriken, but prepared. Taisei now initiating. Let's see what Bang responds with. I don't know what the sensible response here is. Any slow just dies to Black Folds, and it dies horrifically. If this is Dust to Dust, it's also pretty hard for Bang to kill back through that. And I think we do know a Dust to Dust was available, and it would be Taisei's second transformation plus 1 gauge. That would be a problem.
That suddenly extends this game by a lot. Now he is not anywhere near close to death unless he can. He's got the Nightmare Tears he could conceivably armor through, but also just he exceeds now.
Yeah, I think specifically if Bang has sweep, that's how he kills Dust to Dust. But sweep is very unsafe into Black Bolts, and I'm actually not sure if he has sweep. Like I don't remember if we had a light.
I can't remember if a light got parried at some point.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. So yes, that is going to do a significant amount of damage, but does not in the game, because that's going to push Taisei to range 2 or range 3, excuse me, because of the corner swap. Yeah, that's correct. 6 or less life. Yep. And now Taisei has 2 transformations plus 1 gauge, which means Taisei cannot die, at least not in the next, in one hit. All right, that's unfortunate for Bang. He still is ahead, but it's looking much dicier now. The fact that he has this turn, as well as a known Shuriken in hands, the ability to pick up Void Tempest and potentially Shuriken Chain so that he can hit for a minuscule amount of damage, gain advantage, and then try to roll into lethal before Taisei can do anything with his Exceed mode. Like, Bang still can close this, but it's going to be a lot harder.
Yeah, there's also the sort of difficulty of not wanting to throw a Haymaker when Taisei only has 1 life, because that life won't roll over into his next life bar.
Yeah, you can hit Taisei for 40 damage, and he would still just go to 10 life.
You'll deal 1, so you kind of want to chip him out and then save a big Haymaker for after he's exceeded, which adds even more awkwardness to to the calculation.
Oh, picking up sweep. I was fully expecting larger than life to play Shuriken plus larger than life for advantage.
Right. Keep the advantage going.
Okay. Instead, boosting light. Still has a known sweep in hand. Pretty hard to punish in this situation. Taisei simply prepares. Bang is picking up cross. Or maybe not. Okay, there's the larger than life. Striking. They picked up larger than life, yeah. That they're just tipping to remind the opponent. That's what they picked up. Oh yeah, and to clarify, I talked about transformation. I didn't talk about overdrive. Season 5 characters have a time-limited exceed mode where the gauge you spend to exceed goes into its own area, which will then start to count down. At the start of each of your turns, you discard one. You perform some effect, which in Bang's case is return all copies of the discarded card from your discard pile to your hands. The discarded card being the one you discarded from your overdrive area. All right, yeah, we have dive into sweep. Sweep is not stunned, but cannot hit back. Bang deals quote-unquote lethal.
So there's one life bar down.
Yep. Taisei sets his life to 10, now has a new character ability, now has a stronger Edge of Death, although he does not yet have the life to support the stronger version of Edge of Death because he has too much life. Bang, still in Exceed mode. This is dangerous. I'm expecting to change cards here. Yeah, there you go, change cards 4. That is kind of the traditional play in this situation because it immediately puts that Edge of Death online, it gets you a bunch of cards. You also have +4 armor because of Demon Heart. So,
right.
You basically just said... spend 4 life to draw 4 cards and get +1 power, +1 speed, and +4 armor, which is a boost I would play.
Yeah, forgetting about ignore armor effects, you essentially did that for free.
Yeah, like you get because the life turns into armor.
Right.
Although I will note that given that you have +1 power and +1 speed, I don't know how much the armor is going to do for you. Because you were probably hoping to be faster into stun.
So, really hugely wasteful of all that armor that he got.
Arguably,
to merely have +1 power and +1 speed,
and 4 more cards. Those
are important too.
Yeah, those are nice. All right, the second sweep comes out as lights. We have a reading. Was there a known normal, or is this wilder than that? Oh yeah, no, there was. Right, he kept cross.
Yeah,
so
he read the cross. Sure.
Right.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Yeah, don't take back your first card. Okay. Yeah. So this player has mentioned they're relatively new to like competitive events. I don't want to be too hard on anybody. At the same time, as soon as your opponent has started to respond to your reading, it is too late to change any decisions that you made. Right?
Yeah.
Like information has now been gained. In particular, like Kala has started to hold 2 cards in hands. And that's a tell. That's a like, oh, this is EX. I guess I should play this other thing. Which it's too late to make that decision. I do think this was the first card based on the hand movements. I think this is what they initially played. So that is going to be a 6 power Nightmare Tears, which will hit for the full 6. No, for 5, right? That was EX Cross?
EX Cross, yep.
Yep, so 5 damage and then gains 5 life in return. Which puts Taisei at 7 life, which is dreadfully unfortunate.
Just out of Edge of Death range. Also, that's both Nightmare Tears down, so barring all of the other many ways that Taisei can gain life, he's running out of ways to not die when his life total should hit 0, at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, that was obviously a very good strike for Taisei. The question is whether it's going to end up being good strategically, right? Like, tactically, that was great. Strategically, we'll find out, because the Nightmare Tears is down, and it's really nice to have a get out of death free card.
Right. Using a Nightmare Tears offensively to get some life back, offensively, right? Proactively to get some life back is a super legitimate play, but making it so that your opponent can't be sure when you're going to die is also very valuable.
All right. Calavontis reshuffles, picks up Ultimate Bang. There's Grave Ambitions. There it is. Okay, bursting. I was wondering if we were seeing an Ultimate Bang setup. Unfortunately, that's really easy for Taisei to stun. which is not a thing I can say about very many things with 30 guard, but Taisei has a speed 4 special with ignore guard.
Right.
So ultimate bang is pretty hard to make reliable. So when a Blaze Blue character reshuffles, instead of drawing for a turn, they add their Astral Heat to their hands, which is this card that starts outside the game in the sealed area. They all have the same boost, so Bang simply draws 2, seals this, takes another action. Oh yeah, I've been saying player names. I try to say character names. It's been a minute since I cast game. All right, Bang sets a nail.
So now everybody's got before movement.
This looks familiar. Yeah, we have the before movement on both sides. I don't think we have.
Do we
as
have
many
text
tags.
again?
Oh boy. Okay. All right. My guess is Chaos Scissors. So this is a before close 3 boost. Chaos Scissors would be really. Oh yeah, there it is. Validates by spending 4 life, because that gives 4 armor, which prevents this self-damage from mattering, right, this hit effect. This is now
makes a lot of
a
sense.
9 power, 6 speed, going to deal 8 damage, which stuns the Pulverizing Blast. That is massive, yeah.
Yeah, very, very nicely navigated from Taisei.
Yep. All right. Bang thoroughly stuns, but the boosts are gone, and it is Bang's turn, and Taisei doesn't have Nightmare Tears and has 3 life with currently no armor. It is still possible for Taisei to die here. As I said, he should look like he's always on the edge of death, go figure, right? But Infinite Chaos Fist is down, isn't it?
Yep.
It's going to be a little hard to...
he just reshuffled. It could be back.
Oh, true. Reshuffle and burst. Yeah, okay. We might have that. That might actually be important because of Edge of Death plus Grasp or EX Grasp being potentially a very significant threat here.
Yep, definitely.
Ooh, boy. Yeah, unfortunately, Bang is off to a great early start, but not actually finishing off Taisei means Taisei can just sort of decide not to die ever. This is his central theme, right? Like you can cut off his head and he won't die. So we are seeing Taisei in full glory. Bang could exceed again, interestingly, but I actually don't think that the cards available to recur are super high value. Like normally Palm Thrust would be great, but not with this life total, I think. What I think he really wants to see is Infinite Cast Fist of the Void. Let's see. Did we see a sweep drop post reshuffle?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Yeah, he also wouldn't mind light. Just trying to get over that edge of death.
Just survive a turn.
Yeah, would help him a lot because it's not going to take much more damage. In theory, not knock on wood.
In theory.
It won't take much more damage unless it takes more damage than you have.
Right.
All right. Yeah, so we're now back to the every turn is pivotal here in this in-game state. Being deciding how to play it. I think Infinite Chaos Fist as an attack might still even be too risky, but I think boosting it would solve a lot of problems. If I had an EX or if I had power on it, then I would definitely attack with it. Is that reasonable? Hold on. I'm not actually sure that I should be afraid of Taisei having 3 armor because focus is down. Taisei only has 5 cards left, right?
And no reshuffle yet. Yeah.
Yeah. So Bang.
There is. No, that's
Love and Justice.
Our other speed boost. Okay.
Power and speed, now strike. Okay, this is a good way to get over, for example, Edge of Death. Taisei's remaining options are basically known to both players, right? There's 4 cards in hand and 1 in deck, so Taisei could wild swing any 1 card. If the 1 card is going for the oh, yeah, that is a speed 8 dust to dust. That's lethal.
Yeah, that's got it.
Yeah. Okay. Shuriken going for trying to feint that out essentially and say obviously I'm playing something that would not lose to a speed 8 dust to dust.
Sure.
Right. Well, Taisei comes back after having his head cut off and stabs. Or sorry, what is this? Yeah, grabs Bing's head. I don't think that's.
And sucks the last bit of life out of him. How morbid.
Oof. All right. Well, that's okay. Taisei retires in glory, but Bing can fight again. So Bang will be just fine. He gets back up and keeps walking. That is part of the format. If you win a game with the character, you don't play them again in the set. Yeah, I believe I can check the recording. I'm pretty sure that the first card set was the one played. I will... Yeah. I'll verify that. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. I've forgotten how to view my own, like, stream. This has been a while. Well, I'll figure that out later.